Maximus, Mr. Maximus. Hello there, Cindy. Happy New Year. Well, to be soon, Happy New Year. Very soon, right? What do we got, like 5 days, I think, or so? Hello there, Liz, Ruth, Linda, Debbie. Hello, hello. Is that everybody so far? Bruce, hello. Dara, hello. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Catitude, hello, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Hope you all are here. Hope you all are here. Hope you all are good here. We got Mr. Maximus eating. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a live or not today. I am still, and you can probably hear it in my voice, a little nasally, a little under the weather. So I definitely might cough in your ear. I will try to muffle it with my shirt or sneeze, which I will try to muffle as well. We're only going to do an hour today because being a little under the weather. I probably should be sleeping, but I didn't do a live on Tuesday, and I feel like I haven't done a live in weeks, even though I know it's just last week. So, anyways, I hope you all are doing well today. Count Chocula. Hello there, Jesse. How you doing? Max here is doing well, as you can see. Hello, Lewis. Max did throw up a couple of days ago. Hello there, Deutsch. How you doing out there in Germany? Hello, Tranquil. Hello, Cindy. Hello, my wife. My wife won't be on for very long. Won't be on for very long because she's got what I gave her, so she's a little sick now as well. She'll be on for just a short time, and then she'll be back to Sleepy Land. Bruce, what was your question? Does Max still have his stitch? You know what, Bruce? I have no idea because I haven't felt like doing anything with him for the last week or so. So we'll check. I'm not going to check right now though, but he might still have his stitch as he gives us his back. What do we say? Hello, Nash. Max. Max. Max, I miss. What I was saying, Max did throw up a couple of days ago. Not sure if he just got a bad can. He hasn't thrown up in such a long time, so we were a little worried. He's good now. Hopefully it'll stay that way, but you just never know. Nash, you wondered where I was on Tuesday. You almost stayed up for the live. And you glad that you weren't? Yes. I normally am always here, but I had a sore throat. And to me, like my kryptonite is my throat. If it's sore, I like don't want to do anything. Maxie. Hi, Yoda from the other side. I still have a week off, winter break, so I don't go to school this upcoming week. I'll be back the following Monday, so I still got a whole week to recoup. And hopefully we'll be able to go out and go somewhere. I hope. Bruce, absolutely. I'm definitely glad as well that Fenton found a forever home. Fento. That's what's it's so important that we keep on sponsoring these kitties, these senior kitties, and we sponsored Fento for like 6 months or so. And thank goodness he finally found a hopefully forever home. Um, right now there are just two seniors at Safe Haven. Hubert, which would be a new one, and then Jazz. We're not going to do a Sunday donation though until next Sunday. Hey Phil, how you doing? Hope you had a good Christmas, or as I like to say, Kitty Miss. Hello there, Rosemary. If y'all want to hit that thumbs up, you can. If not, don't worry about it. It's all good. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, give a thumbs. If not, then don't worry about it. What was I saying here? Hello there, Rosemary. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Maximus. Come here. I know we gotta wait, Mr. Maximus. We gotta wait. Are you gonna bite me, buddy? Are you gonna bite me? Are you gonna bite and right and bite and bite and bite me? Ugh. Again, for those who just popped on, I am still a little under the weather. I will be live though for an hour, and then I will probably go to sleep. Max. Maximus. Mr. Maximus. Max. He's like, get me out of here. Yes, Phil. He was looking like the Phantom of the Opera cat, wasn't he? Losing his face. Ugh. Oh. Oh. But no, Max is good. I think overall, most of these kitties are doing well. We might actually go outside today. It's probably close to 70 degrees out here in NC, so we definitely might have some outside time. Rosemary, yeah, he's still eating it up well, thankfully. And we still spot check him on his glucose just to see where his glucose numbers are running, and he's like usually in the 80s or so. Hello there, Kevin. How you doing? Yeah, Kevin, I got something. Louis, I'll go the whole hour. I got to make up for not being live on Tuesday. You know, it's almost like a TV show, right? You know, that's why I like doing these on the same days at the same times, because it's like a TV show. You know, you kind of get used to tuning in, you know, hanging out with some friends, things like that. Roz, appreciate the gifting a membership there. It looks like to Black Cat. I think Black Cat received a membership before. I can't be for sure though, and I think I've seen them on occasion on here. But very kind of you, Roz. Hello, Tigress. How you doing? How's everybody's kitties doing? All the kitties doing well out there? Max. Max. Come on. Maxie. Maxie. Come on, Max. Come here, Master Maximus. Hopefully Connie will pop on here. She gave a very nice, generous donation via PayPal earlier today. Not expecting that, but it was very kind and generous of her. So, but she does have family in though too, so she's probably hanging with her daughter, who's came in from a winter break, I do believe. Hi, Mr. Maximus. I know. These kitties are taking a long time, aren't they, for you to come outside, huh? You want to rub the fishy? You want to rub the fishy wishy? Let's just take a quick... Sorry, Max, we can't go out yet. Let's see. Tigress, your kitties are doing well, and you rehomed 4 kitties the other day. Awesome. Hopefully they went to a good home there, Tigress. Were they all kittens, I assume? Maxie, you're sad because you're not out of the room yet. Alright, so it looks like I finally got the okay to free Mr. Maximus. Hello, boys. Come here, Tang. Tang, come here, buddy. Bye, Max. He's like, I'm out of here, people. Hi, Mr. Tang. Tang is doing well. Bruce, your 10, the 10 are doing fine. The one you're going to get used to the animals is fine, but it's rough with your arms get scratched a lot. I know how that feels, Bruce. Roz, Luna and May are doing okay. May is back at the vet on the 2nd of January. Okay. I want to get Zelda there now. I'm not going to worry about getting Zelda. Ugh. Linda, Sparky's still doing okay. That's right, Sparky. Sparky's unfortunately got cancer, right, Linda? Whatever time, hopefully it is good time with Sparky there, Linda, and hopefully it is longer than what the vets say, because you never know. They can say one thing, but they can last for a long time. Diagnosis can be off and they can be wrong. Really just depends on the individual. Hi, Yoda. 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 Sorry, everybody. Got the sniffles. Hello there, Maya. Hope you're doing well. Sorry, everybody. Coughing there. Hello there, Bald N.A. If you are new, a big hello and welcome to you. My name is Adam. This is the Giving PAWS community. This is Mr. Tang. I'm not sure if you knew or here or not, but if you are. And we got Yoda over there. Come on, Yoda. Both of these cats were fosters. Both of them wound up getting adopted by us. Tang was in a group of 5. Him and his sister Tiny were both adopted. Tang, you got some redness on your ear. Did you get scratched in that area? You look like it. Yoda there was in a group of 6 that my wife and I fostered close to 10 years ago now. And we wound up taking in Yoda. He was the quiet one, and he fooled us, I think, because now he's a loudmouth that never shuts up. He's always crying about something. Okay, let's get Yoda's toy here for a few minutes. You know what? Let's go to Rosemary's room. Since she's still awake. Hi, Rosie. Now, about a week ago, Rosie wasn't doing so well. She was not eating. She had dropped down to about 4.7 pounds, which is not great. She's been to the vet a few times, get some sub-Q fluids. We've got her eating better again, eating healthy, healthier. I'm sorry, not healthier, just eating more, I mean. And she gained at least 1 ounce. Hopefully she's gained another ounce. So hopefully she's getting closer to that 5 pounds again. But she's definitely acting more like herself, being vocal, eating her food, wanting attention. Hopefully it has nothing to do with me being home again, but it might. I don't think she likes this cold weather. I don't think most people like cold weather, and the cloudiness. It's a sunny day though today. Oh, look at the sky. Here's what's going on in our front porch, or not front porch, our front view. Blue skies. So it's more her kind of weather. Yes, Nash. She got her potatoes, and she got some cereal. There's no telling what she's gonna stick her head into next. Hello there, Shelly. Popping in for a bit before you go to bed. Well, that's very kind of you, Shelly. Thank you. Hope all is going well for you there. As you may or may not be hearing my voice, Shelly, I'm a little sickly still. I got a little congested sounding. Ugh. I know, Yoda. We stalled your toy, Yoda. Hi, Rosie. You're looking nutty. Shelly, that's true. Yes, everybody does get sick this time of the year. My sickness, though, is probably through the kids. Those little germ monsters. They pinned me down one day and they coughed in my face and they laughed about it. And all I did was cry. But anyways, hello there, Raphael. Raphael. I can never say your name correctly, but hello. Hope you're doing well. Yo, Miss Rosemary. We're going to hang with Rosie for a few minutes. Like I said, we're going to do something a little bit different. Well, it's not all that different, but we are going to be outside. We haven't gone outside for such a long time, so we're going to go outside today. Hopefully a cat or two will join me. Hello there, the big meanie. How you doing? Claudia. Hello, Claudia, especially if you are new to this channel, to this community. A big hello and welcome to you. If you are a cat lover and you want to help cats out, you are in the right place. Let me know in the chat, Claudia. Hello, Icon. How you doing? Hope you're doing well, Icon, this Saturday. I'm just going to let Rosemary kind of purr at the moment. See, this is where, remember all last week we did that cat quiz and we were talking about the third eyelid, right? What was it called? The nictating membrane. Now, and we said normally it's like illness. Here, though, you can see, trying to get a good shot of it, you can see that third eyelid, but it goes right back. It's just what happens when we rub Rosemary's ears like a certain way. It just makes her, I don't know, her eyes go in the back of her head kind of thing. And I think she truly, really enjoys this. She does look like a zombie cat, Nash, I agree. She looks a little freaky. Whew. All right. Where are we at here? What are we at? 20 minutes? Okay. I can do 40 minutes. No problem. What else was I going to say about Rosemary? I'm not sure. Rosemary's doing well. Like I said, she's eating better. We're gonna go hang out with Yoda here. We're gonna go outside. I'm gonna try not to pass out. No, Bruce, I'm trying to stay away from medication. So I was on NyQuil, whatever, like 3 days ago, and I took just a couple of cups of it, and it's still in my system, I feel like. So I'm a lightweight when it comes to any kind of drugs. Um, it stays in my system a long time. And I'm trying to get out of the like medication haze, not go back into it. All right. Anyways, we'll probably come back. We'll check on Rosie again before the end of this live. Let's though move on to Yoda. Hi, Yoda. What's up, buddy? Hi, buddy boy. Are you just hanging there? Hi, baby. 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 All right, Yoda. Let's get your toy. We'll have a quick peek at Miss Zelda over here. I'm not going to be in this room, and I'm going to try to talk a little quieter if possible. But a little quick shot of Zelda, a little quick zoom in of Pandora, Max, of course, again. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, kitties. Uh, Dora, yeah, it could be the flu. So maybe, I don't think it's a cold. I think it maybe is a flu because I have had a bit of a temperature off and on. Hi, baby. Uh, so, and flus can last a week or two. But I feel like it's getting better. Baby. No, baby, you're not going to pull my pants down. We're not going to have that kind of a show. This isn't, OnlyFans. OnlyFans for cats. I haven't been to the doctor yet. If it lingers like another, I don't know, several days, then I will. But, but for now, I'm just going to power through it. Yoda. Yoda. If there are new people, looks like there's about 50-something people in here or so. And if you are new, don't be shy. Say hello if you want to. This is a very welcoming, loving cat community. One of the cool things about this community, if you want to introduce yourself, if you are new especially, is we donate all of our channel money to charity. 2 cat rescues, about 40 or so cat rescues now, and I can say for this year, to 2025 year, we have donated probably close to $6,000 as a community, and we have rehomed and helped sponsored about 40 or so senior cats, and yeah, that's kind of what we're all about. Mostly all of these kitties are either fosters or rescues. I was saying earlier, Yoda was a rescue. The baby I got from a coworker. We had a patient, actually. Never mind, it wasn't a coworker. It was a patient when I was working in PT land. We had rehabbed her knee, and she said that like she had like a stray mama cat, and they gave birth to like 4 kittens, I think, maybe 3 or 4 kittens. I can't remember. And I wound up taking on the baby here, and my coworker, like manager, wound up taking somebody else who was her brother. So that was pretty cool. Hello there, Linda. How you doing, Linda? I'm sorry I missed that. Hope you're doing well, Linda. Hello there, Kendra. All right, let's make our way outside, folks. Orangey, caught you in the act, Orangey. Orangey. Now, Orangey, how did you get this book from there? No, that book was there. See, this is why we got to book this up. Because the orange and his naughty nature of these stairs. Such a naughty little boy. Tang, Tang, Tang. Come on, Tang. Let's go outside. Come on, Kit. 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 Come on, Kit. Come on, Yoda. It's kind of nice outside. It's not freezing out here. Come on, kitties. Oh, Roz, you heading out? Have yourself a wonderful night, Roz. Thank you for coming in, as always, Roz. Lots of love and hug to May and to Luna there. Roz, take care. It's been a while, hasn't it, baby, since we've been out on the live. You gonna make some crispy treats there, Kit? Come on. Come on, kidders. Come on, Tang. You know, if we ever move to Florida, I haven't talked about us moving for a while because our house is not going to go on the market again. It's officially kind of off the market. Um, we're going to go back on the market like in the springtime. And if we do happen to move down to Florida, which is a potential, or Arizona, those are the two likelies. Uh, and if we happen to buy again, we're thinking of if we can, we're going to make a like a four-season room, like a Florida room, right? So kind of like a screen porch, or what is it called, a lanai? I think out there for those who live in Florida, is it called lanais? Not screen-in porches, but it'd be cool if it was like just a glass enclosure instead of screen, because then we could just build like a kitty door, and all these cats then could be pretty much out whenever they'd want, because it's glass. Um, Well, no, I don't know if we'd have it out all the time, but they could have access to it more often, though. And we wouldn't have to be like, right here with them. Liz, you're in a snowstorm. That's my dream. That's my fantasy, Liz, to be in a snowstorm. I want to be in a blizzard. Yeah, I know, I'm kind of weird. But that's what I'd like to do sometime, is be in a blizzard. See if any other kitties will come out. Come on, Yoda. Come on, baby. Pandora. Oh, baby, you're already out here. What am I saying? Yeah, cat attitude, I know, but my wife doesn't want to go to any place that has snow. So that's never going to happen. Hey, kid. Yoda, what are you doing over there? Yoda. So, is anything new with anybody? Has anybody got any news they want to share with the community? If so, always feel free to do that. If anything's going on in your life, new, exciting, even sad or tragic, if you wish to share, you may. Cindy. Bless you, Cindy. Always so kind, so generous. I never know what to say, Cindy, when you donate those amounts. It's very amazing. Very kind and generous. Generous. I'm always looking for new recommendations as well when it comes to places where we can donate to cat rescues. I got to add about, I think, 3 or 4 that some folks in the community have recently told me or showed me. I haven't officially added them. I need to do that, which will probably put us around that 40 mark or so. So if anybody always has any sort of recommendations, then feel free to let me know as far as that goes. Hello there, Stella. How you doing, Stella? Hope you're doing well. Stella, your kitty Frankie has a UTI. Oh. Have they had those before, Stella? Is that something common for them? Are they on, excuse me, are they on medication to help it? Again, if anybody is new in here and you want to say hello, feel free to. We don't bite. We might scratch a little bit, but we don't bite. Anybody who does not like kitties might be on this chat. Feel free to say so, and we can have a conversation. I always like to talk to people about things. Stella, the vet doesn't care about your cat. If that is the case, Stella, then I would definitely recommend finding another vet. You might be able to find another vet in like the same practice, or just go to another veterinarian practice altogether. Hello there, Ryan. Ryan, I don't. It looks like you're a channel member, Ryan, but I don't. This isn't Ryan Pence, I don't think, because I think it says Ryan Pence. So I'm not sure. Maybe you recently were gifted a channel membership. I just don't recognize you. But hello, hope you're doing well. Hello there, T. Oh, Ryan, you're like biting your teeth. It's all good. You don't have to say who you are. It's all good. I like to know who I'm talking to. Hello there, Crispy Bacon Research. Love the name. Crispy, your cat is allergic to cats. Well, I'll tell you what, Crispy. My wife is also allergic to cats, but yet we live with nine. Cat allergies is one of those things where you can, like any kind of other allergen, you can kind of become tolerant to it if you get used to it enough. And you just develop natural, like, antibodies with it. So it is possible, as far as that goes. Hello there, KK. No worries. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, yes, Shelly. I need to have my nose constructive surgery, like Mochi, and then I could be like one of those snooty Frenchmen, and I have my nose like up, like way up, like this, and start talking like that. Yeah, that's what I need to do. Ugh. Sorry, sorry, everybody, coughing in your ear there. Ugh. Yeah, something that also could work as far as allergens go would be like an Allegra or like a Claritin, right? You can build up some immunity through daily use of an allergy tab. I mean, I'm allergic to like grass and things like that, but I take an allergy tab like daily, and it seems like it helps. Ugh. No, I guess it's just you three. Kit, you have nobody to slap around down here, do you? And you're upset about that, aren't you, Kit? You are quite upset. Uh, Hello there, Al North. Um, right about that, you were just told you were allergic to kitties a month ago and had a kitty for 5 years without even a sneeze. Yeah, you never know. This is this channel's version of Betty. I think Kit would be the closest version to Betty. Um, Kit doesn't put up with nonsense either. Hello there, Daniel X. I don't know what you're saying because I don't know what language that is, but if you can understand English, a big hello and welcome to you. Does anybody know that language that Daniel is saying? Because I don't, unfortunately, have any idea. I can barely understand English most of the time. Orangey. Orangey. Polish. Thank you, Nash. Hello there, Sean the Sheep. How you doing, Sean? Hello there, Thomas Glick. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Ugh. Come here, baby. Uh, let's see. That's obviously gifted. That's because for some of them, the gander, the goose and the dander release is seasonal. Some release it consistently to be a pest, just like when they mark. Well, cats definitely do mark. I think sometimes human mark their territory as well, to be honest with you there. Crazy cats are the orange ones. I agree with you, Thomas. And this is definitely over here. That is one crazy kitty. You know what's even more crazy? There's a person that comes on these live streams on occasion. They haven't been for I think maybe a while, a couple of weeks or so, and they always want to buy this orange cat for $1 million. Talk about crazy. Kitty King, you know me. You know, I got to go around the house and I got to mark my territory. I got to make sure no interlopers or, no. What are those people that come in and they squat? Yeah, no squatters. Nobody comes in and squats. So I got to mark my territory every so often. Just how it is. Obviously gifted. Tuxedos are the wild ones and crazy cats. You think so? Tuxedos? I don't know. Tuxedos for me seem pretty calm and chilled. The crazy ones are right here. These calicos. These are the nutcases. Thomas, you live with two kitties, an orange and white, and then a white kitty. Awesome. What are their names? KK, that's nice of you to say, but it's really my wife is the alpha. I mean, let's be real here. I gotta live with my wife, so she's the alpha. Hey, kid. Hello there, Bossy Truthy. What a name. I hope you're not bossy and truthy. Hello there, Patricia. How you doing? Thomas, Butterscotch and Sky. Is Butterscotch the orange one, I'm assuming? Uh, let's see. OG says calicos are just mean. They can be nice like that one, but the mean streak is in them. I don't disagree with you there, OG. Calicos can definitely be temperamental. They can be very sweet, and then they want to rip your skin off. That is so true. Patricia, which one is the nicest? Well, out of these three, Patricia, out of the nine, let me think about the nine. But out of these three that are here with me outside right now, Tang, I say Tang is the nicest of these bunch. Kit is the boss. And then the baby thinks she's the boss. What time do we got here? We're at 40 minutes. Okay. That was quick. We're going to go in a few minutes. We're going to hang upstairs for a little bit longer. And then we'll see what we're doing. So we give the baby some rubbing lovin's. Lewis, you lived with one calico, sweet but wild, always affectionate to the others, though. That's not the case with the baby here. Thank you for the gifts there, Maya. Very kind of you. Hello there, Bianca. I think it's Bianca, right? Steed Stampede. I want to say that's Bianca. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thomas, you think tuxedo cats are just doing business all the time? Now, what do you mean by that, Thomas? Do you mean are they doing business in the litter box? Do they have backdoor deals and they're selling catnip? What do you mean by doing business? Just curious. Patricia, so this is a calico kitty. This is an orange tabby. And so the baby is a calico, Tang is an orange tabby, and Kit over here is a gray tabby. Catitude, no. Rosemary is really the meanest because that's why she's got to be in her own room because she doesn't get along with the other ones. Hello there, Joseph. How you doing, Joseph? Hope you're doing well. Patricia, I don't have a favorite. It'd be like asking if a person had like 9 children, who would be their favorite child, and I can't really, pick on something like that. So, I don't have a favorite. Thomas, you're talking about business people, okay? Because they got suits on, right? I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm normally pretty quick with my wit, but I'm drugged and medicated, so I'm not completely with it right now. But I understand. At least I think I understand if that's what you're meaning. All right, kitties, we got to go in. I know you're not going to like it, but we got to go back upstairs, hang out with some other kitties. Come on, Kit. Come on, Kit. Kit, move. Move your butt, Kit. Orangey. Come on, Orange. Tang. Tang. Let's go. Come on. Come on. I know, this is like the horrible part where y'all got to get told what to do. Come on, Tang. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. Hello there, Connie. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just popping in to say hello before you head out to your friend's house. Awesome, Connie. And again, Connie, thank you for the very generous PayPal donation. Very unexpected, very kind of you. I really can't say enough about that. I hope you have a good rest of your day, especially with your daughter being home for the holidays, Connie. Hello there, Spence. How you doing? Oh, wait a second. Baby. Yoda. Patricia, yeah, we live with 9 altogether. So you saw, Yoda here. So Yoda's number 4. Um, he is a troublemaker. Um, Yoda here. And let's go upstairs and let's go see some other ones. Yoda. Bruce, Zelda and Pandora, they're up in the room, like the main room. My wife is sleeping, so I'm going to talk a little quieter here as we go up the staircase of shame. So, very, very quickly, this is Max. Yes, Pandora. We're gonna go visit Rosemary though, because I don't want to bother the wife here. We're gonna go hang with Rosie again. Dara, how many senior kitties do we live with? 1, 2. I guess it depends on what you consider to be a senior kitty, Dara. What do you all consider to be a senior kitty? Like, what age do you consider to be a senior? Thomas, Max was Max was a tuxedo. He's a tuxedo kitty. Maya, 15, okay. Patricia, like I was saying, I used to have a tabby kitty you saved from the winter, but had to let it go because you live in an apartment. And they didn't let you keep the tabby kitty because I needed to tone it. To tone, I'm not sure what that means. To tone it, okay. Hello, Amelia. How you doing? Um, Hello there, Mike. How you doing, Mike? Anonymous. How you doing? So you get to keep seeing it, not really much, but you have a tuxedo cat, and his name is Prince, and he loves sniffing people's forehead. Okay, nice. So if y'all think maybe senior cats being 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, then we have, let's see, Zelda will be 21 next month. Rosemary's around 18. The baby and Pandora are about 15. So four out of the 9 cats are senior cats. Bye, Connie. We're kind of the opposite of Shelly's I Am Ravens. She's got the young crew, we got the old crew. She's got the young, rambunctious bunch. We got the crazy, or sorry, Rosie. We got the senior citizen group. We're like a nursing home, basically, for kitties. Thomas, yeah, 21. Our oldest will be 21 in January. And the crazy thing about Zelda is she's been a diabetic for 10 years, which is very unusual. Most kitties who get diagnosed with having diabetes, they typically only live about another 3 years or so, just how the stats roll. But she's been living with diabetes for 10 plus years. Yeah, she's just doing good. KK, you've had from 3 months to 23 at one time together. Awesome. Anonymous, a Siamese and a tortoiseshell cat. The Siamese name is Sassy. Is she sassy? And the tortoiseshell's name is Mocha. Bruce, yeah. Rosemary, her limping just kind of comes and goes, Bruce, because she always jumps down from the kitchen counter. She just jumps wildly. So I think sometimes it kind of aggravates her leg a little bit, but no, she's doing fine, Bruce. Appreciate you asking. Mike Tang is doing well. He's causing damage to the carpet, as always, but he's doing well. Patricia, your internet was glitchy, so you had to neuter it? I'm assuming you mean neutering the cat, right? Not neutering your internet. How does one neuter the internet? I'm kidding, by the way. Trish, your baby will be a year in June. Awesome. What kind of baby is it, Trish? Ooh, 18. How is Sky's health, Thomas? And is she, are they in good health? Patricia, no, that's the other cat. I get to keep him because his name is Lucky. You called him Lucky Ducky or Fat Larry because he liked licking people's foreheads. And then your cat's a cat named Prince likes smelling people's foreheads. Something to do with foreheads. And all of your kitties are boys, Patricia. Did you find those who have lived with boy cats and girl cats? I always tend to notice girl cats are a little bit more catty, no pun intended there, but a little bit more kind of rare, right? And I noticed that boy cats are a little bit more mellow. Liz, can we put steps? Well, we have steps in their room, Liz, in Rosemary's room, for her bed. Well, for one of her beds, because she's got multiple beds here. So we do have those steps. The thing is, though, she's not gonna. Oh, trash is here. Thank you, trash man. I always heard trash men or that's a good paying job. I mean, it's not a job anybody wants to do, but it's it pays very well. Maybe I can be a trash man. I don't know. Anyways, Thomas, not really. He is limping, and he has some sort of infection or virus right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Thomas. As far as your kitty goes, hopefully they will get better, Thomas. Are you able to take them to the vet? Have they been to the vet? And And if so, what did the vets say? What did they think about it? Hello there, Heather. How you doing, Heather? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you today. Bruce, your daughter watching, she just told me how a person can be a vet and don't care about their patients. Yeah, isn't that wild, Bruce? It's like somebody being a human doctor, but they hate humans. It's like, how does that work? It's like you're in the wrong profession. Liz by the sink. We don't. There's not. Sorry, we don't have a. I don't think there'd be stairs that are like be tall enough, Liz, for something like that. And I don't think it's gonna stop her. She's still gonna jump. I mean, it's just how she is. Sometimes she acts like an old lady, and sometimes she acts like a young kitten. It just depends on how frisky she's feeling. Thomas, they were able, yeah, go to the vet and thinks that the kitty had a stroke. Is it like, how is the kitty able to eat well, Thomas? Hopefully, or is that kind of struggling as well, eating? Rosemary, you think because it can be a sad job? Well, that's for sure. So they got to turn their emotions off. Rosemary, I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree with that. There is a certain like shield maybe you have to put up, but I think though, if you start to like, I don't know, like really hate your job or not enjoy what you're doing, working with animals or their parents, then maybe you need to find another profession. Heather, how are your fur babies doing? What? Are these your fur babies, Heather? Well, right now we're just in with Rosemary, Heather. We're probably just gonna stay with Rosemary until the end of this live stream. But we live with nine. They're all indoor domestic short hair. There are tuxedos that we live with, tabbies, orange and gray that we live with, calicos, and tortoiseshell like Rosemary here. Patricia, you're at your grandmother's house. She has a kitty named Jinx. Jinx is a black kitty and always gets beat up. And then when you have another cat at your grandmother's house, then Princess, because my cat named Prince and Princess loves me and she has a girl and Jinx is a boy. How does Jinx get beaten up? Is there like another cat in the house, Patricia? Thomas, he's not able to jump and he can barely walk. Well, Thomas, I mean, I'm sure your vet probably talked about this. I just wonder, I mean, do you feel like the quality of life is still high? How long ago was the stroke, do you think? How long has this kitty been having these kind of issues? Because quality of life is always important. I always say, like with Rosemary, who's older, or Zelda, as long as their quality of life is high, and as long as it seems like they have like a bar set with their quality of life, then we're gonna do whatever we can. But once that quality of life kind of inverts or kind of like flips, kind of turns upside down, and their quality of life is less than what it should be, then well, we have to have the conversation. Is it time? Is it time? You know. And I know that's a topic and a subject that a lot of people don't like to think about, talk about here, but it's the reality of the situation sometimes. And it's hard for us as human beings, but it's important though that we do have those conversations though as well. Daniel, thank you, Daniel. Very, very kind of you with that donation. Thank you, Daniel. Hope you're doing well. um Thomas, you're not sure, but you think the quality of life is about 75%. So still good then overall, Thomas. Just keep fighting with the kitty, keep advocating for the kitty, doing, excuse me, doing the best you can. But and it's, you'll know when it's time, of course. The kitty always will let you know. That's the thing usually about cats is um they tell us like when it's time, usually. Sometimes we don't want to listen to them, but they'll give us clues. A lot of the times it's in their eyes. There's a certain like how can I say this? Like a shine or like a glint in a kitty's eyes. But once that kind of shine or that glint seems to fade, then it's them telling you or telling us, hey, I know you love me, but because you love me this much, you're going to have to say goodbye to me. And that's the hardest thing in the world to do. But it's an important part of being a responsible pet parent. It's like the last gift in a way. I know that kind of sounds kind of weird, but it's the last gift that we can give them is to make sure that they're not having any pain or suffering anymore, you know. So, but um, excuse me. Yeah. So, but that's kind of where I'm at. And I know people may not agree with it. I know there people may not like what I'm saying, but again, I'm always honest though, and I'm always going to give you what I feel like is best. Um, Agree, disagree. Hey, we can have that conversation, but I'm not really one to sugarcoat things. I'm not one to kind of like just paint a rosy picture because I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. And, so agree, disagree. I'm always up for conversation if people want to have it. Thomas, yeah, I know that would be your third kitty that you have lost to death. Yeah. Thomas, I tell you what, we lost, my wife and I, a few years back, we lost three in 6 months. Um, Two of the three, we decided it was time. One had congestive heart failure, and this kitty's lungs and hearts were being filled up by fluid. So the kitty was basically drowning from the inside out, right? So its lungs were being filled with fluid. Its heart was being filled with fluid. We had done the medication before. It had helped a little bit, but it came right back. So what are we going to do? Are we going to try to do, pump them up with drugs again and draw the fluid out? Or are we going to do the kind thing, the hard thing, but the kind thing and stop this suffering? We had another kitty that passed away, uh, who was about 20. She had kidney disease. She lived with kidney disease for several years. We kept her going. We syringed feed her for at least like a solid year. We fed her. She wasn't eating on her own anymore. So we drew up the food, right? Day in and day out, every few hours, we gave her some food. We syringed it into her mouth. Her quality of life was still good. It was still up there. But one day, she got out from underneath the bed. She was kind of struggling while she was walking, and she collapsed. She was still alive. We took her into an emergency situation, emergency vet. They said, well, she's still alive, and you can do certain things to keep her alive, but it's your call. You're the parents. And again, we just had to do the right hard thing, and that was to say goodbye to her because there's nothing else that we could do for her. It's just it's how it is. Um, you know, Again, I may not. I understand if everybody doesn't like me saying this stuff, but it's just it's how it is. It's a hard subject, and people don't, it makes people uncomfortable. But I think if we don't talk about death as like people, as humans, when it comes to these animals or when it comes to ourselves, then I think that that's a problem. And it shouldn't be something that's taboo or off limits, in my opinion. Hello there, Hamilton. This should be a private decision. No strangers invited to comment. The animal's welfare comes first, period. I completely agree with you there, Hamilton. I agree. So, but anyways, that's kind of, where I'm at with that. I didn't, these conversations, sometimes you never know where they're going to go. But it's just, it's difficult, but in the end, it's not being selfish. I feel like if we try to like hold on too long or for too much, that we're being selfish because we don't want for them to go. And, we don't want to go through that pain. And to me, that's just being selfish. So, hello there, Marty. The love we receive from them is worth losing them sometimes. I agree with you, Marty. Hello there, Sue. Just a quick hello from the beach. Yeah, Marty, the thing is, sometimes the pain, the anguish, and the suffering, it it's hard to get over it, but eventually the love, the lifetime of happiness, of smiles, of purring, of, being a companion for all that time, it will overpower that grief and that anger, because you're kind of angry sometimes. It'll overpower it. I truly do believe that. Excuse me. Kitty King Maya, it's life. We too will go, but we keep our hearts open to new for children that we love. I agree. I agree. So again, I know this subject was a little maybe raw for some. I didn't kind of, expect to go down this route, but hey, sometimes it's just how it goes. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, anybody can feel free to email me. We can have a conversation. I'm perfectly good with that. And I definitely believe that we will see these kitties again. I definitely, totally believe that as well. So, Thomas, yeah, it's true, and it's a problem if we're told that we can't talk about death, and then we say that's up to us if the cats will win. Yeah. Kelly, don't do this on lives. You are sick. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm sick, but can you explain, Kelly? What am I sick about? Having a conversation? Liz, I appreciate your words. In the past, death was talked about. In the past, death was always talked about. It was different. Yeah. I don't have taboo subjects here. I say what I believe. I believe what I say. I don't sugarcoat. It's just how I am. Yes, our hour is up. Our hour is up. Um, but anyways, I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Carrie, let's see, what does Carrie say? This is made harder because humans are terrible at talking about death and opening up about grief. I hope this changes more in the future as we talk about it. I completely agree with you there, Carrie. We need to talk about stuff. Talk, 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 talk. Marty, after losing two cats this year, your son showed up with a 6-month-old kitten under each arm and you pretended to be mad. Well, Marty, I hope that those two kittens are living with you still and that your heart is still open to give those little ones the love that they need and they deserve. I'm sure that they are. Phil, this is deep for sure, but definitely needed. Marty, you don't want to see any suffering. My loss does not compare to their suffering. People have gotten soft, offended by everything. Nash, that's kind of true. That is kind of true. But anyways, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Again, tough subject sometimes, but it is what it is sometimes. It's life. Life isn't always pleasant. Life isn't always sunshine and lollipops. Sometimes there's some harder things. I feel like it's better to talk about things than to, keep it inside, keep it bottled up and let it fester. It's like poison on the inside and you got to let it out. If not, you're going to just be poisoned to death from the inside. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Maybe this is something to think about, if you haven't thought about like this in the future, And Carrie, thank you for the open and having a clear conversation about it. I appreciate the comment, Carrie. You got to be real. Marty, you adore the two kitties. You just pretended to be mad, but you adore them and you love them. I figured that was the case, Marty. So Miss Rosemary here is gonna sleep. I'm gonna go take a nappy poo myself. I wish you all a good, blessed rest of your day. God bless. Take care. And I'll be back on Tuesday. Maybe we'll have a different type of conversation on Tuesday. You never know what these lives can bring. As Rosemary digs at her ear, she says, I got some ears. They need to be cleaned, Daddy-o. Yes, they do, honey. We'll clean them soon. All right. Excuse me. Take care. God bless. Until next time. Bye, all.